Okay, this is intended to be a brief instructional video on more about using a tool for my students than anything content related. This is what I hope this class would help me provide anyway. So, not to be a copycat on Luke, but I'd like to take a look at Announcify and Readability sort of in combination with one another, but also in this how-to, specifically how to add these to your account, since this was all brand new to me, not something that I already had on my toolbar. So first of all, to locate these apps for Google Chrome, you're going to need to get to the Google Chrome store. And there may be an easier way to get there, but I just started with the most obvious, and which is what most of us think about from the beginning, which is Google it. So I wanted to start with Announcify. So you start typing in Announcify, and you'll eventually get some options here to choose from. And this will navigate you to the Google Chrome Web Store. And this then begins to take on a similar look to iTunes, what most of us are familiar with. You can pull up different apps and you can read the details and the overview and of course even the reviews to find out if it's something that you think would be worth your while and how this app is used. And then if you like it, you'll just click Add to Chrome, and if you're signed in already to your Google account, then it'll be ready to go from the get-go. And once you've added it, it appears up here in its little icon form in the upper right hand corner. So now there's a whole new world of apps we can be shopping for usefulness and also for distractibility as well, other things to do. So I've already added it, so at this point I'm not going to follow up, and I've also added readability, and I wanted to just talk briefly about those two tools and how you can use these in your studies as I'm speaking to students. So in social studies, we will often try to use the internet and get outside of the packaged curriculum and do some sort of current event research, if you will, similar to doing those old current event reports in your old history class. So I often like to have my students go to somewhere like CNN.com and then go to their world page, CNN World, and depending on what part of the world we are studying at the time, for example, in world history, we might navigate to that part of the world and then see what's going on there and then sort of report out. We will often do this in our synchronous live lesson sessions where I'll send them away to go find something and bring back to share. So let's say we're studying the Middle East, always an easy place for source of information and current events because there's always something going on in the Middle East. Israeli attacks are continuing. We're still threatened by Iran and nuclear war. So let's take a look at this first article right here. And even once you focus in on the article that you want to study, just like our kids spend most of their time online either researching information or even information given to them through the curriculum, it is often very busy. A lot of things going on. You can, of course, go to Verizon here and set up a wireless account. And there's several other links to other things they would love for you to read, and this can be distracting, which is where readability comes in. But I also noticed that even, I mean, we can click on this readability app here and select read now, and that's going to trim it down to just the article, which is helpful for our students when they are staring at a computer screen for up to 6 hours a day. This definitely is easier on the eyes and helps you focus on what it is you're supposed to be dealing with. But even still, if you are just tired and taxed from reading all day and you want to take a break from the reading, you can go ahead and overlay the same app or a different app. You can use Announcify even over top of that, and it's going to give you the same view similar to what readability does in terms of its display, but then of course it's also going to read it for you. So I'm sort of comboing these two apps together for now for the same purpose, which is to both give our students some more resources for cutting out the distractions and all that's going on by staring at a computer screen and not being able to change their view often, as well as simply making the digestion of this material easier in terms of not always having to read it. That is a big deal for our students who often complain there's just so much reading, even from our good readers. So I think these two apps together combine to make life a little bit easier, both in not being distracted and not having to filter through so much visual information, as well as simply giving them a break from having to read things all day long. So I hope this was helpful. This is definitely something I'll be using, and I'll be creating a video like this for my kids for this coming school year.